Good morning, this is Marlene with Dixie Quilters, and wow, welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a recap of a few of our sampler finishes. We forget what they look like. I went back and watched my videos. I'm looking for other channels that actually make the products and put them up so we can look at them. Let me know if you find any, okay? So today we're going to finish up, we're going to start with the finish of butter churn. Now this was the February 2026 table runner, and we used those foundation paper piecing, which I made a video on, to show how this was done. And it was really difficult for me to begin with, but you can see with the video that by the end of my video I actually was able to do it, and after I did 32 of them I really knew what I was up to. So it is repetitious. So I thought, well, we'll go over this. This is February. Now this one is January. So sampler, buttons and bows. I did not make that. I don't know what happened. I know where the fabric is. I have promised myself that I would make something every month, so I better get with it and start making something on this pattern. Okay, so then let's look at some of the other ones. Let me turn you down here a little bit. You can see this is the Dutch braid. This was done September of 25. That was another foundation paper, and that was sort of hard too. I have a video on that, and you can be happy to look at that. And then let's see, what's the next one? Rain Lilies is up high here. Remember Rain Lilies? This was a beautiful thing. This was August of 25. Rain Lilies. I have just the flimsy on it, but I'm getting ready to do something to it because I like that pretty much. Now here we have Pie Safe, where we used square and a square paper piecing from It's So Emma. And then down below here is the Serenade. This was July of 25. And the reason I have it ready to finish because that's going to be a baby boy quilt. And I need two baby quilts, and so I'm going to make this one a baby boy quilt. And then you can see over here to your left, I believe, we have the Orange Blossom. I'm going to make that a baby girl quilt. This Orange Blossom, November 25. So I just put them up here haphazardly, but I like these polka dots I put on the border. That one's ready to have me do some kind of quilting to put it together with. Now the one on the back there is the Starlight from Christmas, a December one. I couldn't figure out why they gave us red, white, and blue, but I just went ahead and made it a 4th of July quilt. And it's called Starlight. Actually, that was quite thoughtful because then we'll be sure to have one done before 4th of July, you know. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months of sampler. And I wanted to show you the two that I have done, but I just don't have handy here. Where is those? Well, we did do Gâteau and Wise Guy. See this one? It's folded up somewhere. Can't find it. But I love it. Remember, it was on the wall for a long time. But that's a beauty because it used a Corey from Coriander Quilts had a panel that you cut the pieces out and made the big squares with. So this turned out to be a nice size, 53.5 by 70.5. And then the Wise Guys one, the fabric they gave us was so beautiful. I didn't want to cut it up into those shapes. And so I made a table runner that was heart-shaped or oval-shaped in the middle. And it incorporated these beautiful fabrics, and I used the fabrics for the borders too. So I changed it quite a bit, but I wanted to make it so you could see the the animals and the designs of those Tula pink fabrics. They were so gorgeous. My. But this is definitely one that I like with the owls on it. I might make it in some other fabric. That's a definite keeper. I would consider doing this one completely. I also liked, what's the other one I really liked? I think I really liked this one, Rain Lilies. And to be honest, I like this buttercream, butter churn. It was a lot of tedious work, but it did come together and it is distinctive. And I just was sitting there watching TV and I tore off all the foundation papers. Where is it? Oh, there it is, right there. Isn't that pretty? See, the circles end up being a 6-inch finished. And if you look real close, you can find my unique use of shapes. So put it in the comments if you find what I did and left in there on purpose, because I wanted the kids to be able to find something in grandma's quilt. Okay, so that's a rundown of all of the, well, not all, but a lot of, all but buttons and bows, I think. Those are our sew samplers. Are you getting sew sampler? Are you doing the projects? I want to encourage you to do them. They're fun. They don't take forever. I was able to do this one. I think I worked on it 3 or 4 hours on Friday, and I worked on it maybe an hour and a half last night. And bingo bango, it went together pretty nice. Because when you're using foundation paper piecing, yes, there's a lot of trash because there's a lot of cutting. But the best part is that they're not skewed. When you put it together, they go together. The seams match without a lot of consternation. Everything goes together. And that makes it worth it to me, because how many times have I had to resize blocks because they're so skewed? They're Marlene blocks, you know, so I have to fix them to get them to be square again. And I always like in a pattern that tells us what size they're supposed to be. That really helps me. But, so here we are. That's quite a bit of work, actually. Good thing I like doing this, huh? All right, so now my next thing I ought to be doing is getting these 2 baby quilts finished up. But we'll see what I actually get started on today. There's another project I need to work on. I've been asked to shorten the rise in these pants and take about 180 pounds out of them. So that'd be about there. So I'm going to work on those. My daughter lost weight, and I want to let her know how thankful I am that she worked so hard. So we're going to fix up her shorts for her. And I'm still working on that zipper. I got 1/2 of the zipper removed from that jacket. And I do have a zipper that's the right length. But ripping out commercially put in stuff is, wow, that's hard. I use a seam ripper. I use this thing. Works great. If the seam is nice and flat and you can hold it on both sides as you pull it apart, so you need a 3rd hand. Anyway, okay, so I hope you have a wonderful day, and let's be productive. Go for it. Okay, have a good day. Bye.